Season's greetings, everyone. This is Lightstar. I hope you guys are having a great holiday for those who are celebrating this time of year. And for those who don't celebrate this time of year, I hope you guys are doing well anyway. And I love you guys. I'm excited because I'm going to share today my Oracle Consciousness reading that I do for the wrap up of 2022. So we're going to find out some of the lessons, some of the things we were supposed to be learning this year. And I'm going to be doing a very unique card reading that I haven't utilized this particular Oracle card spread because it's brand new and it's in one of my decks, and I'm going to share that with you guys, and I think you'll really like it. So we're going to get a lot of information and messages coming in from angels, from star friends, from elementals, from Gaia, from your higher self, and all that goodness is coming into this reading. So you're going to want to stick around for this. So grab your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, health bar, whatever you like, and let's get into the reading right now. Greetings, everyone. This is Lightstar, and I want to wish you all a happy holiday season for those of you that are in holidays right now, or holidays, however you would like to put that. But I wanted to just say season's greetings for all that good stuff. And I also would like to do my Oracle Consciousness reading. And I'm going to be doing one for pretty much the end of the year here. This is about the time where I like to wrap up and sum up everything that's been happening. And so I do this with my Oracle Consciousness reading. And it gives us the energies of what's coming on. And that's why I wanted to do this at this time, to just sort of wrap up and sum up the year. And as many of you guys know, I've been doing a lot of product launches lately, and I'm sorry I haven't been on here as much doing these kinds of things. I'm coming on with more content, I promise. It's just that I had a lot of things to get accomplished before the end of this year. So I was a bit in product launch mode, and a lot of my videos were coming out sharing that. Now, one of the product launches, or I should say two of the product launches that I did share, is partially what I'm going to be doing today, which is utilizing my Magical Dimensions 2nd edition Oracle deck, and with my Celestial Frequencies new Oracle deck. And these are both on pre-order right now, and they are going to be coming out around the same time. That's the way it worked out. So I've got a bunch of content about that. But definitely coming out around the beginning of the year is when we're estimating shipping, but you can pre-order it right now. And so I'm going to be using these two decks together to show you the awesomeness that you can get in the readings that you can get with using these cards. And so I'm going to be using them. I've already mixed them together. Here they are, this beautiful, sorry, it's going to affect the camera. It's so shiny that it's affecting the camera with the light, but it has this beautiful gold and silver energies when you mix the decks together, which is what I'm doing today. You can use them just by itself, each deck separately, or you can mix them together, but they just create this gorgeous, gold and silver effect from the backs that I just absolutely love. So this is what we're going to be doing. There's a whole bunch of cards in here. I've mixed them together, so we have 99 cards all together, 44 cards with the Celestial Frequencies, and then now we have 55 cards with the 2nd edition of the Magical Dimensions deck. And so that makes 99, nice completion there. So what I wanted to do was, I'm gonna put these down for a second. I wanted to do a reading for the end of this year, just as I said, the wrap up. And what I was guided to do was the Magical Dimensions 2nd edition. I've added a few spreads in there and a few activator grids as well. So there's a few new ones in there. For those of you who are familiar with my Magical Dimensions. Sorry, I have the card in here to bookmark a place. And so we have the guidebook that comes with the deck, and it's going to have, full color and all this awesome stuff in here. But what I wanted to do, I was guided to do one of the new spreads, one of the new layouts that I have, or the spreads for you guys. And it's actually called Mystical Messages Key Formation. And this is the new one that we're going to do today. I'm going to actually put it up on screen so you can see it a little bit better than me just holding up the book, and plus it whacks out the camera. But if I just show you what it looks like here, you can see I got a really cool spread in here that I wanted to share with you guys and do for our Oracle Consciousness reading and get the energies of everything. So we're going to do that today. So how I want to do this is I am going to put up the cards. I'm going to pick a few different cards here. So as I'm shuffling the deck, and by the way, there's probably a few different ways for you guys to shuffle this new deck because it's so big. I have small hands, so I can't shuffle super easily, but you can lay them out and shuffle them however you like, but I'm just kind of doing this, with the cards so I can kind of evenly distribute them. And they're very thick cards, very thick cards. So just keep that in mind. So you may have a little bit of trouble. If you have mixed the two together, and they're very thick, so they're not going to shuffle like a regular, just, your old card deck. So you're going to have to find, there's other ways. I'll come back and show you, but that's what I was doing right now, is just shuffling the deck so I could get the reading here. And what I'm doing is putting out there this particular spread that I'm going to put this up here so you can see a little bit better when I actually, put the cards in the placement. There is 8. There's 8 placements here that we're going to do. And before I begin, I'm just going to read the first paragraph, small paragraph, a few sentences of what this key formation is. So the Mystical Messages Key Formation is a cosmically aligned formation which fuels you with enlightenment and intuitive guidance from a wide array of celestial realms. With this spread, you receive direct support and aid from your personal intuitive navigation team to assist with your inquiries. These beautiful beings surround your energies with unconditional love and are available for your highest and most expansive potential. They await your call. And there's more on here, but I just want to read just the overview of what this spread is. Now, this is going to be more, obviously, if you do this reading for yourself or something, it's going to be more related to you specifically, in your life and everything. But I'm doing a general reading, and how I wanted to do this with this particular spread is I'm like, the cards that we're picking are going to be, okay, what's the message from Gaia? What's the message from the fairies? What's the message from Ascended Masters? So it's a really widespread. You get messages from basically every area, from angels, fairies, Elven, Gaia, spiritual guides, Galactics. So we're going to be getting the messages for each one, and it's going to give the messages. What I was tuning into is to give the message for kind of a collective here. So what's the collective message from the Elven for the collective here, and for everything having to do with our wrap up or our sum up of the year here of 2022. So that's the way I'm going to be reading it. Like I said, it's more of a general reading here for the collective of everything that's been going on, okay? So in our first position, we are going to pick from key number 1, and that's going to be Gaia. So we're going to know, okay, what does Gaia have to share with us today collectively about the end of the year, 2022. And by the way, I'm mixing these two to, all of the cards together so you'll be able to see. I'll try to remember to tell you which ones they're coming from, because maybe the magical dimensions, it might be the celestial frequencies. So we will see what comes up here. And in the first position, we have one of the new cards. This is from the Magical Dimension 2nd edition, and this one is called Shifting Frequencies, and it's card number 52, and it's Intensity, Choices, and Align. Now, this is coming from Gaia, right? So for me, what the message here is basically saying that if we look at 2022 as a whole, Gaia has been massively shifting. And I know that a lot of us have gotten this messages from this that, we've been expanding, we've been growing, and Gaia's frequency is rising. And I know that many of you guys have noticed this from just the Schumann resonance itself has been going crazy off the chart, right? So I think this has to do with the year. This really was about a shift, a giant shift. And partially this card also has to do with or how to stay in the highest frequencies in alignment when you're going through these bandwidths of shifts. And when Gaia's explaining to us here about how our bodies have been shifting and how we've had to go through these different energy shifts, from anger to sadness to grief to happiness to joy, and just all over the place. And so it's also about how do we shift those energies of lower frequency to the higher frequency, and to do it the best we can with the most grace and ease in transitioning into a new and higher vibration. And so that's what I feel Gaia is bringing forth for us for this year, has really been showing us how to deal with all the intense energies and all of the crazy energies, and trying to help us with rebalancing within all the vibrations here. Okay, so that is what Gaia has to share. Now let's go to collectively. Let's go to the fairies. What do the fairies want to share with you guys and your collective selves, and for this year? Like, what have we been learning? What basically have we been going through? And we get, okay, also from Magical Dimensions 2nd edition is trust, okay? And we have doubts, insecurity, and patience, and number 42. Now, this is interesting because the fairies, sometimes I always think of fairies as sometimes they're not the most patient, right? But they're also showing us to trust in the process and to trust ourselves and have patience, knowing that things are going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Our world is going to be okay, even though it seems like it's all over the place with everything this year. But it does feel like there is a plan, a higher plan, and for us to trust in ourselves as well, to know that we have the abilities to get through hard times, get through difficulties or intense situations, and to really move forward with a process. We were supposed to be gaining more of our trust within ourselves, and sometimes we gain trust through chaos, right? Throwing us into a tailspin. And so the fairy energy comes in with just allowing us to trust within ourselves, and to trust the process, and to trust Gaia, to trust Gaia's shift, and to, we're on the planet too, so we go through the shifts as Gaia has been going through shifts as well this year. And so we're going through the same kinds of things, and we have to have patience with ourselves to not get ahead of ourselves, to not, and it's kind of like that fairy energy where it's like they're just all over the place, right? This energy, and sometimes that gets a little bit crazy, so we have to slow it down and know and be in our truth and in ourselves, to know that we can slow down the process and have more of a confidence within ourselves when we do that, and we get to see our processes that we've gone through over the year, and we can trust in everything that's happened to us, even if it seems like it's not the most greatest thing that's happened to us, or we've had some difficulty or something along the way, to know there is a purpose, it's all okay, and it's all for growth and learning. So that's what we get from the fairies, to trust in oneself and to trust the process, so trust what's going on. Now we go to, let's see, what's key number 3, which is the Elven. Let's see what the Elven have to share with us today in our energies and for the collective for 2022. Oh, okay. We have beautiful compassion, I should say. Compassion, the card Compassion. This is from the Celestial Frequencies deck. Actually, see the gold? That's what distinguishes, and the back it's different too. Compassion. We have this one is 639 Hertz Love Healing Code. Okay, this particular card actually is a healing code, and it resonates to the solfeggio tones, this particular one of 639 Hertz. Now, these codes are really powerful. They're one of the upgrades in the deck. And this has to do with the Elven. So the Elven are coming in to share with everybody, having compassion, having love, and higher frequencies of that for self, for others. Okay, so with some of the shifts and the processing of shifting that we've been going through this year, it's also about how do we keep the love vibration the highest that we possibly can, and how do we increase our love vibration to all of our fellow humans on the planet here and the whole world, really. And so that's kind of what I feel. The Elven wants to bring that love vibration in, the heart-centered love, and to emulate that, to be that, to share that, and to have learned from situations where you've had to have compassion for others this year. Okay, in certain situations, we've had to have a lot of compassion, or we were supposed to have more compassion for people. And everything that seems like crazy, stuff, we have to also have compassion for people. So it's really a higher frequency of love, and going from that higher, I guess you'd say the higher heart almost, and that vibrational energy of love throughout all the shifts and the changes and all of that. So beautiful, loving energy from the Elven. Now, okay, let's go into key number 4 here, which is your higher self. Okay, this is a collective reading, so it's going to be, what's the message from the higher selves? The realms of the higher selves for all of us collectively. And we have, oh, okay, it's interesting. Okay, this is from the Celestial Frequencies deck, and this is card number 13 called Discernment. Discernment. And this is Vega Fearless Journey. I've talked about this card before because I have a video on it, but this card is really powerful, and for it to come into the highest, basically your higher self, or our higher selves collectively. This is, okay, what have we had to have this year? This is really, really big. Our higher selves have been working with us to help us. And I even did a video on this, so it's interesting this came up about this, is that about being discerning, okay? And to, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people came out with a lot of information this year. Everybody's just kind of going, I don't know what to believe. I don't know, should I believe that person, or does that feel right? What feels right to you? And to look into your heart space and to really trust, okay? We're energizing these together here. So we've got the trust card, trust your intuition, and trusting the discernment that you have, making sure to not just believe everything that you hear first thing, for instance. You want to go into your heart and strengthen yourself to know what is truth, what feels right to you, what feels like maybe something's off or doesn't feel right, and to trust that instead of maybe what everybody else is saying. So this is a big, big, huge lesson, I think, for all of us to be learning all the time. But particularly this year, I did feel this was coming up with a lot of people, and not knowing what to believe, who to trust, and where to go for correct information. And so the trust issue has been up for this year for sure. So that's a big one, okay? And to step forward into not being fearful and not being overwhelmed, okay? I think our higher selves were trying to help us to learn and to be discerning, but don't get overwhelmed by information either. And to just come back to heart-centered. This is all tying in the heart, the trust, the shifts, and to bridge that within yourself, to know within yourself and to trust within yourself so that you can be discerning of the world around us. So, okay, really great. This is awesome. There's awesome things that we've been learning and having to have lessons on this year. So we're going to, let's see, now we're going to go to key number 5, which is the angels. And the angels, let's see what the angels have to say in our energies. And we have, this is from the Magical Dimensions, 2nd edition, and it is card number 16, forgiveness. We have forgiveness, redemption, renew, and reprieve. Oh, what is the angelics all about, right? They're always about love and helping us to be loving and loving ourselves, loving others, loving, and also forgiving ourselves. Forgiveness of all the things this year that has been difficult and challenging for everybody, and to forgive and just taking like really to love yourself and to really forgive. And just, it's okay that things didn't maybe go your way this year, or maybe they didn't, you did some things that you felt, maybe ashamed of. Maybe you felt some things that, you have some guilt over, and it's okay. Right now, we just need to forgive and move forward, okay? There may be some things, relationships that are also at heart here with the angels, that maybe you've had some difficulty with family, or you had something going on with someone in your life that you were arguing with, or you lost a friend, for whatever reason, and you felt like, maybe some of it was your fault, whatever it was, just having that love and forgiveness for yourself was really big, because a lot of things happened this year. I particularly get with relationships and having to, look back at relationships and all of that. So I think that's kind of what the angels were saying on that level. Okay. And then we're going to go into the realms of the spiritual guides, key number 6. Okay, what do the spiritual guides have to, a collective spiritual guide message? What do you guys have to share with everybody? And we have also Magical Dimensions 2. And this is card number 6, challenges, blocks, fears, and betrayal. This is all tying into a little bit of what I just said, actually. So the message is kind of related to that as well from the spiritual guides. And I also get this as collectively, our spiritual guides have seen a lot of people going through a lot of challenges this year. Okay, a lot of fear, things that feel like they're holding them back and not be able to move forward. And so, but they want to, or I should say collectively, they want us to realize that even though we've gone through these challenges, that we have assistance. We always have assistance that's going to be helping us, that's going to be assisting us. We always have the angels there to help us as well. They have spiritual guides to help us navigate through all of the difficulty and the challenges that we've had to face this year, that can help us with easier flow of going through and getting through all of the heavier, denser energies, okay? So, and releasing some of those old fears that we still have of moving forward or not being able to do something or whatever it is. So, really great message from spiritual guides about difficulties and challenges. And now we've got key number 7, which is the Galactics. So what do the Galactics have to share with us collectively? And we got, let's see what we picked here. This is from Celestial Frequencies, and it is card number 29 of Rebalance Astral Healing Shield. Okay, so we have a healing shield. We had one of the healing codes, now we have one of the healing shields. And the healing shield of the astral, okay, and this is, like I said, it has to do with the Galactics. So they're basically sharing with us too, I feel with this card, is we've had to deal with a lot of stuff that's been external in our astral plane, okay, but also helping us to reclaim our energies back. Some of us have scattered our energies. I feel what they're saying with this is that there's been some scattered energies, and also that we've also been able to be, or been training, I should say, training this year to help us with energies outside of ourselves, like in the astral plane or in the etheric body. We're trying to deal with those extra sensory perceptions and other kind of energies that are around us. And so we're really having to deal with these things a lot this year. And I feel the Galactics have been helping us with some of that energy. Some of those energies of also training in your dream time is coming up. So dream time has been big with that as well. And getting some messages and trainings, and some of you guys battling out there too in the dream time. So all of that's been happening, and I feel like the Galactics have been also trying to help us to rebalance our astral plane and to get more clarity on ourselves in that realm. Some of us don't really know what that is, or sometimes we don't feel real confident in the astral plane. And so I feel like there's been some, with this message, has been some Jedi training out there in that will come in handy, I think, in next year. So I feel like this has been a training ground a lot of the ways for us this year. And then lastly, when I'm going to pick card number 8, which is Ascended Masters, and we're going to see what the Ascended Masters have to share with us overall, collectively, and the higher vibrations of the Ascended Masters. And we have Magical Dimensions 2, and this is card number 1, first card, which is Adventure. And this is Innocence, Play, and Discovery. And so with all the heaviness, that's a perfect message for the Ascended Masters to come in and share, which is remember to play. Remember to have fun in life and not have it be so difficult and heavy. And sometimes we have to make decisions, to go into that lightness, and in that instead of the heaviness, we go into the lightness and we go into the unknown. But it's the fun part. All of this, everybody here that has been sharing a message here, all the different realms are basically trying to get us to get out of heaviness anyway, just because we tend to be in this dense environment and it gets difficult for us. So we want to release ourselves from this heaviness and this dense energy and lightness and play and experience what we're here to experience with joy and fun and adventure. And you have the key to do that. So as she's holding the key behind herself, you have the key to walk through that door and into the new year even, but to wrap up everything that you would like to wrap up and go into a new year with not all the heaviness, but the lightness of the heart. So as we wrap up this reading here for the year of 2022, it's awesome. It sounds like we have a lot of energies that we were learning and growing and from the difficulty, from the challenges, and a lot of discernment that we've had come up, that we've had to be very discerning and to move into ourselves and to our hearts and to our energies of, understanding ourselves better so that we can be more effective here and with more clarity. And in spite of all the challenges and everything coming at us, we have to learn to trust ourselves in this process and that we're going to be okay. All of us are. We just have to go forward with that grace, with that ease, with that love in our hearts. And so I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm going to be coming back with some more information on that, more readings. But for now, just wanted to share this, wrap up with the year 2022 with this reading and give some clarity and some wisdom coming from all the different realms. It's a really great read, and I love you guys to expand on this with your own readings when you do the whole deck, when you get the whole deck and you actually play around with this and all the different spreads that I have, which my spreads in these books are extremely unique and different, so not like anything else. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and you can get the all sorts of goodness on my website. If you'd like to work with me privately, you can check out all of my artwork, all of my sessions and my private sessions on lightstarcreations.com. And I've got so many things to offer on that site, you guys. I've got so many different things. Like I said, I did a lot of launches this year. We had the Celestial Frequencies new deck. We've had the Magical Dimensions 2nd edition new deck. We've had my White Swan 555, which is so powerful, solfeggio activation music. My Cosmic Vision cell phone wallpaper that I launched, as well as my frequency wear that I've launched as well, and that is super high vibrational and so many things. Got my artwork for sale, just a lot of different things on my website, so go check everything out there. It's kind of a fun site to play around with and see all the good stuff that if I can help you guys out with anything, you know where to find me on there. And so, yeah, I just want to send you guys all lots of love this beautiful time of year, for those of you guys celebrating it. And I'll be back next year with a lot of good stuff for you guys, a lot of content, a lot of new stuff, playing around with these different readings and showing you guys a lot more about the decks and all the good stuff that I have coming out. So, and also the light language activations and all the different things that I do. Also, we are going to have if I haven't put it up already, but I do have a channeled message that I'm going to be doing for also next year for 2023. So that's coming up, that I'm going to be putting that out soon. And so you'll have some messages coming from Ascended Master Hilarion, and that's going to be really fun too. So I love you guys, and I send you off with lots of love and light from the Galactics, the Angelics, the Elementals, the Fairies, all the spiritual guys, and all of these beings that came in today to give us messages to help us with wisdom and with love. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. I hope you guys are enjoying this content, and if you are, or if you're new, please consider subscribing to the channels here. YouTube calls it subscribe. I like to call it just joining the tribe because I think that sounds much better. But make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the channel, and make sure you also interact. Place a comment. I like to interact with you guys. Give it a thumbs up. Interact with me. I like to do that here, especially on YouTube is where I like to do the interaction here. So, and also make sure that you hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss a thing when new videos come out. And also you can join me over on the other platforms that I'm on. Also have links below for those: BitChute, Brighteon, Rumble, Odyssey, all that good stuff. If you'd like to catch me over there, you can join and subscribe over there as well. And also, if any of you guys would need any kind of replatforming assistance and you want to go move over to other video platforms, I have a great resource for you. His name is Matthew Raymer with Anomalous Design, or Content Safe, and his links are below, and you can check that out as well. Very effective and very awesome at helping you to move your videos over to channels and expand, and especially if you're getting censored or any of that stuff. Really, really great resource there, so go check that out. And so for any of you guys also that would like to donate to my work and what I'm doing here, I have a donation page on my website, and you can donate in many different ways. I have a vibrational giving way. You can join Patreon. I have you can just do a PayPal, whatever donations, or also have super thanks here on YouTube where you can actually do that. And I really appreciate all of you guys that do. It's a lot of work for me to do all these for you guys. And so I love, really appreciate and love you guys for all of your support for the channel that I'm doing and all my work and everything. So you can feel free to donate there. And when you donate, I actually give you a vibrational giving back, where when you donate to anyone, I actually do a little light language blessing for you guys on my end and just send that out to you guys every time I do receive any kind of donation. So that's just my way of saying thank you and giving back. So thank you guys. I love you, and I appreciate all of your support.